Alrighty boys and girls, well in today's video we're gonna be strengthening our diamond hands as there is right now a very strong bottoming signal on Bitcoin, which also means our favorite meme coins are gonna bounce, like our Pepes and our Brets and our Turbos and all our meme coins that I'm gonna go through in today's video. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Right, so this is very important guys. I don't think anybody is looking at this right now, which is very important right now. This really concerns the numbers going up right now on your portfolio, right? And it's the RSI signaling a bottom signal on Bitcoin, right? So this is the RSI. It shows you strength, right? Like how strong the move, and it's very simple. It's one of the most oldest indicators, and personally I do really see it working a lot, and I do really use it a lot, and it's really helpful. And most importantly, and you'll see this for yourself right now. So this is Bitcoin on the daily chart, right? And basically we've had a very good momentum recently. We've seen a pump on Bitcoin on the weekend, and finally we've seen it going above that 62,700 or 62,800, which is basically if we get back here, that's it, we're going back up. But I'm gonna show you why we're gonna go back up now. So this is the RSI and daily chart on Bitcoin, very important, right? So let's just hide everything there. So what we see here guys is each time Bitcoin goes down on the daily, goes to that lower band on the RSI, even if this was the most oversold, this part here was the most oversold, where Bitcoin went down and the RSI went as low as possible, right around the 20s, right in that 20s, and here again and here again. So look what happened to the chart each time this actually happened, right? So here you see this was the actual bottom on Bitcoin, like the bear market bottom. This is it. Like if you bought Bitcoin here or any altcoin for that matter, that was the bottom, right? That was the time also where I started buying literally, and I had a tweet about it. So you see this, that was a bottom. Since then we've seen a push up on Bitcoin, and then here you remember guys, this is early 2023 when everybody started, like this was a what we call like a disbelief rally, and people also started calling this a bear trap. And you see here on the daily the RSI was bottoming, and then especially like that, like you see it went below the band, which is this dotted line or like this dashed line, right? Went below it, and then it was a bottom, and then we never came back to that price, right? It literally never came back there. So this was around 19 or 20k Bitcoin and never came back there. So here we had again the range. So here is Pepe coin, right? For those that haven't been around, this was the time where we've seen Pepe coin for the first time, or it started being trending, or everybody started knowing what a Pepe is. So now here you see as well on the RSI, it was the most oversold. So here we had a dump, right? So also here people were bearish, right? People were bearish, were calling Pepe top signal and all kind of names, and that was it. Like people were saying that's it, we're going down. People were shorting the market and whatnot, and the RSI on the daily was at its lowest point ever, and then we bounced back up, and this was around 25k 26k, right? And we never seen Bitcoin back again there, and then it kept rallying. And then here we had BONK, WIF, and all the Solana season and meme coin season, the crazy things happening, right? Then we actually went on going, right? Like you can see, like even if we had this dip, right? This was the Bitcoin ETF as well. I sell the news and all that stuff. We've seen this CZ buying in, getting indicted and all that stuff. Like we've seen the dump, and the RSI did not go as low actually. And then we've seen the final push that we see here around 4, like where Bitcoin went to 74k. Also you notice that the RSI also shows this divergence, which is very important. Like it loses strength, right? Once the price is moving up, but the strength is not there, like it moves down, but it resets, right? It resets each time it goes down. That's the most important. So we haven't seen it really resetting, truly resetting. Like here it did not go as low, but then it went up, right? And then we've seen the massive run. So it did not reset, but we've seen a strength, like RSI came back to the strong zone. And again, we did not see it like literally cooling off or like resetting, right? Like here it almost went to the lower band, right? You can see it there, and this was also a bottom, but like it did not really push through it, right? But now here guys, this is important because this is divergence, right? Like you see the price is moving up still. Like this was a 50, 56, 57 Bitcoin, and here it's like 59, 60 is higher, but the RSI is lower, so that's a divergence, right? And the RSI is fully reset now, right? Like it went below that dashed line here. You see this lower band, which is around 30 RSI, and now it went below it to 26, right? Which is a complete reset now. It's the same like we had here, and this was This was this bottom, and literally this was like the worst conditions here back here, right? You see this, and then we bounce. So when it comes to this, it really shows that Bitcoin is really primed for a bounce, right? And we also see it flipping this moving average within the RSI, and it's retesting it now. Now here, it's a very bullish thing, right? We're seeing the RSI resetting. This means another push up is going to be even stronger. And we all know if Bitcoin pushes up, everything else pushes up with it, right? Which I'm going to get into. So the next thing is range. And this is probably what most of the crypto space is looking at right now. And it's this range, like we had this range here. And this was the longest time where we've seen like Bitcoin going sideways. This was also a time of, it took around half a year, like 200 days, literally, before we've seen this massive push up. Now, even though here we had actually meme coins rallying. So if we add Pepe here, like you can see actually here within this range, we had Pepe pumping and then it was accumulating, right? Within this range. Pepe rallied here. So let's make it clear. So Pepe rallied here while Bitcoin was going down. We had a push up on Pepe. And this also was like a mini altcoin season and whatnot, meme coin season. And then Pepe went on doing nothing. But though here we had a breakout, right? Like we had this massive breakout on Bitcoin and then Pepe did nothing, like until like Bitcoin started ranging here, right? It started ranging, then Pepe rallied finally and topped here. And then when Bitcoin was just ranging like back here, Pepe pulled another high. Now we see again the same thing, right? Same thing is playing again with this range that people are looking at right again, which is this range here. So this is the range that everybody's looking at right now. And now it's been around 100 days. Now it might take another 200 days, right? Which gonna put it around September, right? End of September, which is basically where everybody is actually agreeing now. Whatever metrics you're looking at right now, everybody's agreeing that this range is gonna be over with. It's gonna end around September. Also, it coincides with the Fed's cutting rates, with the elections, with the propping up of the market and all that stuff. This is literally a lot of metrics are showing that Bitcoin is gonna break out around this time, and we're gonna have a massive meme coin season around this time and whatnot, like an altcoin season, whatever you want to call it. That's the thing here, right? So what we might see from Pepe here is that Pepe could still range while Bitcoin is ranging, but then Bitcoin is gonna bounce and then Pepe is gonna follow later on. So this is very important to understand. It concerns everything in the market right now, especially meme coins, right? Like if you're looking here to meme coins and you're worried right now, this is really important. So this means if Bitcoin breaks out around September, then we're gonna have end of year, December, January, February, where Pepe is gonna break out and go for that target that we have, like 50 billion and above, right? This is also very interesting also is that Pepe here, it got listed on Binance and made this massive run toward 1 billion, 1.5 billion or whatever around April, May, which is very important to note, right? So if Pepe is gonna break out around December, now we might actually see Pepe peaking out around May again, right? Like April, May, and a lot of people call this like a sell in May and go away, right? So we might actually see Pepe doing this, just going sideways until like December, January, and then we start seeing the push up, and then like breaking above previous all-time high will happen around February, March, right? Where we're gonna see the massive run, and it's gonna run towards that target that we have for it, right? If you all know, now we have targets for Pepe to go to 50 billion or above, as Shiba Inu or Dogecoin did in previous cycle. Dogecoin went to 100 billion, and also I've explained why I do think personally that Pepe is gonna flip Shiba Inu, right? It's just because it's the new meme coin of the cycle, and usually altcoins do not rally again as hard in their second bull market. So that's why Pepe, right? And this means also Pepe is gonna run in all the other meme coins, like the coins related to it, like the Pepeverse coins like Brett's and Andy's, Bird Dogs, and all these other guys like Dork Lords. And now there is one thing to add, right? So we always see new narratives when it comes to these breakouts from channels when it comes to Bitcoin. This is something to look for. So if we bring back Pepe here, you see when we're broken out from this, right? We've seen this pump. We actually had BONK pumping, and it was a narrative. Like we had Solana phones and BONK was airdropped on Solana, and suddenly Solana ecosystem got revived. So if you don't know about that, that's actually how it started. So BONK was listed on Bybit back then before making it to Binance. So what you see here, guys, is look, as you see, Pepe wasn't doing much, but as soon as Bitcoin broke out of this range that we talked about now, as soon as Bitcoin broke above it and started consolidating upwards here, BONK coin made a run, and Pepe did not do anything really. But then as soon as BONK cooled off, we seen Pepe pumping, and then another pump from BONK, and then since then both of them are kind of consolidating literally here. But it's just that Pepe returns are much higher, right? Because it's on ETH and it's a stronger meme coin, literally. So it bounces way higher. Just to tell you, right? If we see another breakout from Bitcoin, which is gonna happen, right? As we see now with the RSI bottoming and all that stuff. Once we see this happen, right? We might not see Pepe as the first one to break out, or even BONK, or even DOG we've had. We don't know exactly which meme coin is gonna be the first to break out. It could just be Pepe, literally. But we still don't know. Like we've seen it previously here, as I just shown you, BONK broke out before Pepe, and it was a first time rally. So also that. So it was a meme coin that never rallied before. So that was BONK. We might actually see a blockchain meme coin doing that, right? We might actually see a blockchain meme coin rallying before Pepe, right? Because BONK coin was on Solana back in the days. At that time, Solana had never seen any meme coin pump or nothing like that. Now we have Solana, we have Base, we have Avalanche, we have many, we have Ton recently, we have a lot of coins, right? We don't know which one is gonna be the one. It's hard to say, literally. I could say Breton Base, but Breton Base is already at 1.4 billion. It's already made its first rally. It's not gonna be a shocker like BONK. BONK was a shocker. Like Breton Base has already done its rally. So we don't have many other chains. Maybe we're gonna see some random chain pumping, like maybe Kakinu or like some snake on Cardano or something is gonna happen, which we're gonna monitor. That's why you should subscribe. So I'm keeping a tab on these things. But we might even see Grok, right? A tweet from Elon or something is gonna ignite it, right? Especially like Bitcoin breaking out is gonna be a big thing, right? Because like everybody now is bearish and thinking it's not gonna happen. But Bitcoin breaking out is gonna be 80k, 85k Bitcoin. We don't know, but what we know for sure, right, is Pepe is gonna come back because we've seen it happening already, and we know it's a strong meme coin this cycle and it's not gonna go anywhere. So we know that Pepe is gonna do it. Pepe is gonna come back, and the Pepe versus the Boys Club and the Pepe related meme coins, which I'm gonna make another video about the strongest meme coins on ETH related to Pepe. Those are gonna make it back. So the ones that we don't know yet, which ones are gonna follow Bitcoin, those we don't know yet, right? Those I'm still looking for. The only data point we got is BONK. Like BONK was the first to break out with Bitcoin breaking out, but BONK had no rally before that. Prior to that, BONK had no rally. It was sitting at literally 10 million for so long, then 100 million, and this is when I actually started looking at it. Why I got into it, right? It's because it was on Bybit, and Bybit had very few meme coins. So back here, right, mind you, the market was still thinking we're in a bear market, even though now they are still thinking, like now they changed it. Now they are saying the bull market is over. Like each time they are saying something new, but just here they were saying that this is a bear market, nothing is gonna happen. And there were fewer meme coins, like on Bybit. There was Floki, and there was BONK, and there was Vita Inu, and Ladies. Literally, there were like 5 or 6 more. Like there were 5 or 6 meme coins, and I suddenly started seeing BONK pumping, right? I did not know the reason why, so I got into it around $100 million in its market cap. I just saw it's pumping and I was like, all right, maybe something is cooking, but I don't know what is it, right? But later on we found out that it was Solana buying, right? The Solana chain, they were buying to airdrop it on their Solana phone. That's something we could not predict. The only thing that made me predict it is that it started pumping out of nowhere, right? So that's why we can't say it's gonna be the base bread, right? We can't say that because it's already pumped. So another pump, it's not gonna make people look into it again. They will say, all right, it's bread on base pumping. Nothing out of the norm. We don't know. Like there are dogs, like these dog runes or something pups, or like maybe ordinals, right? We don't know exactly what's gonna happen, but what we want to be looking for, right? What are the coins that are performing right now today while Bitcoin is down, right? Because this is exactly how I picked up BONK. Like literally, I picked up BONK because it just started pumping out of nowhere while Bitcoin was going down and the market was super bearish, right? Way more bearish than today, but now also the market is bearish. But you want to look for which meme coins are actually performing now while the market is not doing anything, right? That's why it's important to look for those things. So what we have today is like, while the market is not doing well, we've got MOG, right? We've got Pepe coin, the other Pepe, right? Also, like it's seen a tick, an uptick is not really strong, right? We've got Turbo previously doing something, right? We've got Apu, and we've got Hoppy, right? Very strong meme coin on ETH. We've got Pepe, the Chinese Pepe, right? We've got Chinese Pepe, and we've got also Bread on ETH pumping hard, right? These are all showing strength while the market is down. So just so you know, right? These might all be indicators of previous BONK time. Like BONK here started pumping. What I am guessing is gonna be an ETH coin, like another meme. Maybe MOG, maybe Pepe, maybe we don't know which one exactly. Or it might just be another Solana meme coin, like maybe Myro, maybe Solana want to revive. Or it could literally just be Kokinu, right? It's looking at us right in the face. Or Toshi. Like Toshi pumping would be very suspicious. suspicious, right? Toshi pumping out of nowhere would be suspicious to me, or Kokino. Like those are the unpredicted one, right? I would be more like, all right, why they are pumping? That would be more like ring, 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 something is happening, right? That's what I would be looking for. If the BONK coin kind of play out again, right? Like the another chain is trying to prop up a coin, pump it, or like snake out of nowhere pumping, right? Or right, Grok, because it's related to Elon, and Bitcoin at 80k could actually trigger some sort of like Elon Musk tweeting again about cryptocurrencies and mistakenly throwing Grok in there, right? Or we might see just Pepe pumping and Shiba Inu and Dogecoin in the first ones. Anyways, that's what I'm thinking, but as you see, it's pretty hard to really guess which one is gonna be. It's not that easy. We only know that Pepe is for sure gonna be pumping, right? Because it's strong meme coin on ETH and everybody's looking at it, the whales and the institutions and whatnot, everybody's looking at it, and we know it's done. It's shown us that it pumped, right? Even if it went dormant here for over 200 days, it actually pumped after. So we might see another 200 days and then another massive run. We know that is gonna happen. The only one that we don't know is this one. That's why you want to subscribe too, right? Because I'm still watching. I can't tell you for sure which one, or like at least I don't have high probabilities on any meme coin that is gonna be the one to break out with, or like to be the shocker like we've seen with BONK. My only guess is it's gonna be another blockchain, right? Not the base chain, or at least not Brett base, as I explained why, or maybe even Toshi on the base chain, or Kokino, right? Or we're gonna see some other chain pumping, right? Like some snake, or like we've got recently also this crow with knife on crypto.com, or like the crypto that right? Or some BNB, right? That could be also it. Like BNB, they are pretty serious. They wanna do something, right? That could be that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. The plans remains the same. We're still going higher. As you can see now, Bitcoin is kind of like flattened, bottomed. The RSI is showing that that's it. The signal is here, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much again, and cheers.